Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View and welcome to something a little bit different here at UVHQ. A predicted 11. We said that, you know what I mean, for the big games, let's start doing a few predicted 11s, man. Let's go for the team 1 to 11. We always have little predictions about what we think, especially now that Michael Carrick's here and you're not really sure what his vision is for things, like going forward in every single game. Obviously, we got an insight into it against Man City. But actually, we thought about it and was like, actually, you're not really sure, would he make changes for this game? Is it going to be an unchanged team? That's that. But also our predicted 11s of what we think is going to happen and yours as well. I want to know. So get in the comments, get involved. We'll be doing these for probably the top 6 games. I mean, when we play Brentford and that, maybe you don't want to see that yet. But for now, you know what I mean? There's 16 games left. We'll see how it goes. But I want to try something a little bit different here on UV anyway. Loads of people do predicted 11s, but we never really do them. So I thought, you know what? It's a big game. A game I think we're going to win. I'm predicting we're going to win. So why not make the prediction of the 11 as well? And then when it gets to the game day, you know what I'm saying, on the match view, etc., we can all put it, use this as a reference point, see how many we can get right, etc. In goal, I think it's very easy to talk about Sonny Lemon starting this game. He's obviously going to start this game. But just a little bit of a moment to actually talk about how Sonny Lemons has done, actually, because I think the biggest compliment we can give Sonny Lemons is that we don't talk about him often. We don't talk about him often, which is actually probably at this point, this is why I'm taking this moment in terms of putting him in a predicted 11, because we know he's going to start, barring an injury, to actually take a moment to talk about him, how he's been doing, because we very rarely talk about him because he just is very steady. And what we shouldn't do is act like Sonny Lemons is a world-class goalkeeper already and stuff. We know he's young. You know, he's learning off of Courtois in the national team. He's the next one up. He can be Belgium's new number 1 when Courtois hangs up his gloves in many, many years to come. I don't know how many years Courtois is going to keep going for, but if Sonny Lemons stays at Man United and we keep going in the right direction, the chances are the guy that starts for Man United is got a good chance of starting for Belgium. In goal, obviously there's Sells as well, who's in and out of the team at Forest at different times. But listen, I really like Sonny Lemons, man. He's just a cool, calm, collected character. I don't think we've seen anything amazing from him in terms of distribution. He just keeps it simple. He's got 2 good feet in terms of kicking it long. He'll pass short when he needs to. He doesn't try to overplay with his feet. I don't feel like he's trying to make a point to say, look at me, like Onana, where he's trying to make the point of being a top keeper with his feet. He isn't in the mode of an Edison or Allison with his feet. He's competent with his feet, but he just goes long and kicks it into good areas, which is all we need. Do you know what I mean? There's too much emphasis on passing out from the back, as we've seen. And in terms of his goalkeeping fundamentals, more often than not, you know, he's not, well, I don't think he's made any big errors. Any big errors, ones where you look at him and you go, how the hell has that gone in? You know, we haven't been great since he's come in terms of, you know, results and what happened with Amarim and what happened at board level and all of the stuff that goes on around Man United and the players. But the goals that have flown in, you know, there's been a couple where you go, his hand was nearly there. Did he go with the wrong arm? Maybe 1 or 2. But there's definitely not been anything in terms of, oh my God, Sonny Lemons, you idiot. Oh my God, how have you let that in? Off the top of my head, I can't see it. He's coming for crosses, he's claiming crosses, he's taking the pressure off the team, and he's actually made some really big saves as well in some really big moments. So big up to Sonny Lemons, man. I just wanted to take that moment where we know he's going to start the game, but let's be honest, you know, he's done really well since coming in. I think we go the same formation. Right back. Does Mazraoui coming for this game? Does Mazraoui coming for this game, guys? Does he? Because look, Diogo Dalot going forward and on the ball is making some bad decisions. In terms of what Michael Carrick's thinking, was his performance bad enough to drop him against Arsenal away? Maybe not. He stabilised. He was fortunate with the red card thing. I get it with the Dorgu situation. That is what it is. But he was still pretty decent after that, defensively. But Mazraoui will give you a whole type of different security on the ball. So I would probably go Mazraoui, you know. I'm going to go Mazraoui. I don't think it will be Mazraoui. You know, coming back off AFCON, played in the final. I think that you know, in terms of knowing the player as well. He's got a better relationship with Dalot, having been here the previous time. He's had the training for the last week with Dalot. So I think it will. In fact, you know what now? I think it should be Mazraoui, but I'm going to predict. It's about predicting who you think is going to start the game. But I think it's going to be Dalot. So let's go Dalot right back. I think both centre-backs are the same. You have to go, as long as they're fit, you have to go Martinez, who played unbelievably well, and so did Harry Maguire. They've got such a big job on their hands. You know, you look at the set-piece threat from Arsenal. It's all good as maybe stifling Arsenal and defending well and maybe roughing up Gyökeres or Jesus, whoever it is, and being aggressive. That's one side of it. But Arsenal from set-pieces is a whole different vibe. A whole different vibe. Let's be honest. We know that. We know that they're a whole different vibe. So you're going to need Maguire as much as we can. We're going to need people like Casemiro, you know, aerially, because we're not blessed with height throughout this team. I'll get to Victor. I'll get to Benjamin Sesko a little bit later in the video, but I don't think he's going to start. Spoiler alert. So that's height that you're not going to have as well. Obviously, Matthias de Ligt's not there. So we're not blessed with height. I don't think Aiden Heaven will start. So yeah, Maguire's role in the team is really important. You know, obviously Martinez, according we know from Nicky Butt, is not blessed with height. But his dogged like defending and being on the front foot and being aggressive is going to be needed. But to stop Arsenal from set pieces is a whole different. It's a team thing. Left back, you go Luke Shaw, 100%. I think that's easy to predict. Into midfield, 100%. You have to go Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo again. I think what will be different about this one, or interesting to see what's different, is what does Kobbie's role look like? We saw him jumping out of midfield and leaving Casemiro, and then Dorgu and Ahmad were dropping into Casemiro wasn't left on an island. But Kobbie's job was very specific in terms of going to stop Rodri playing. Arsenal don't really operate like that in terms of a chief operator. Now, don't get me wrong, they like to get Odegaard on the ball and he's like a tempo setter, but you've got Rice, you've got Zubimendi as a tempo setter from the 6th position. Is he going to ask Kobbie Mainoo to go and do a number on Zubimendi? Then there has to be a plan with what's going to happen with Rice and Odegaard. It's a different setup. So I'm locked in to see what is he going to ask Kobbie Mainoo to just sit alongside Casemiro and say, let's be compact. Actually, you don't need to jump and go after one specific guy because they got 3 in there that are quite capable and bopping it round you. We don't want to stay compact. That's going to be interesting for Michael Carrick. But I think you still play Kobbie, you still play Casemiro, of course. It's kind of a 4-4-2, but a 4-2-3-1. But I build it up as Bruno in the 10. So Bruno in the 10 needs the keys, man. Bruno needs to do his thing. I'm expecting big things from Bruno in this game. He's got the license to roam. I think he'll be 4-4-2 off the ball again. Hopefully we can do that because we have to apply some sort of pressure to Saliba and Gabriel. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying run after them and try and press them because we'll get bopped out park. But there needs to be some structure in terms of shutting the passing lane, shutting the angles down and being compact as well as knowing when to trigger and when to press as well. On the wings, you've got to go Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Orgu, mate. Ballon d'Orgu, bro. Has to play. I'm looking for a big game from him. And of course, Ahmad on the right-hand side and Mbeumo up front. It has to. Off the ball, I need them doubling up on Saka and Martinelli / Trossard, whoever starts on the left of them. I need to see that same level of intent, that same level of instruction, that same level of trying to stifle Arsenal. We need to see that, and hopefully we do. Guys, I'm not going to lie. You guys know my energy. You've probably seen it on DR by now. I think we're going to win this game. I'm going for it. I'm believing, guys. I'm fed up of being miserable. I'm fed up of thinking going to the Emirates and knowing we're going to lose. I'm just going to go there and just believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like, depending on which way around you're watching these videos, you'll see in the preview. I'm on it, man. Fuck it. Why not? We lose, we lose. But I'm believing. Okay? I'm believing. There you go, guys. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let me know your predicted 11. I'm out of it. Peace.